Okay, I said I was going to come back and show you how to make this gravy. See, my chicken is done, and I might have let it get a little bit too done. I got distracted. I was cooking something else, and I let all my juice. I didn't have enough all my olive oil, all my juice, everything got soaked up. So here's how we take care of that. I'm not going to be able to use this for gravy as it is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you. I'm going to throw some water in there. Yep. I'm going to turn the fire on, turn it back up, and get a measuring cup. I'm going to show you what happens when you throw water on a hot pan. After it sizzles like that. Oh, and something else I can do. I can also add a little apple cider vinegar. Just a little, just a dash. That'll help get it up. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm salvaging this potential for my gravy. I'm going to turn the fire off. I'm going to let it cool down. I'm going to keep working with this. I'm sorry this didn't turn out the way I wanted it to for gravy, because the way you make gravy is you take the grease, which you would have if I'd cooked thighs in there, like my grandmother said. But I didn't cook thighs in there with my chicken breast, so I don't have the flavor. That's why you get the flavor. Oh my goodness. I always wondered why. Because the thighs make more juice. All jus, or whatever you want to call it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do with this, because normally, if this was just meat juice and olive oil, it wouldn't be this much. But what I would add to this is I would just sprinkle the flour in this. But I'm going to go ahead and just sprinkle the flour as it is. And I'm just going to use this. I have to get another spoon though. I'm just going to sprinkle some flour in here and keep moving it around so it doesn't clump up. I've got the fire off so it won't thicken too quickly for me, okay? Now you know what? You're seeing this with me for the first time, because I have never made gravy with this whole grain flour, and I see that it's acting different. It's actually looking grainy instead of looking clumpy. Yeah. See how nicely it's thickening? And there's no extra calories. I mean, no fat in here. This is about as low calorie as you can get and still tastes good. Now, if you don't want your gravy, I'm going to turn the fire up now and let it thicken. If you don't want your gravy to be quite so brown, I like milk gravy. So when this thickens up, I'm going to add some milk to it. See how it's starting to thicken up? You just keep working it around. I've always been afraid of making gravy because I just didn't know what all went into it. But for right now, I'm going to add some milk into this. I might be making a mistake. But, like I said, I've never used this flour to make gravy with before, so I'm just going to add some milk in here. We're going to make some milk gravy. Oh, my husband's whispering in my ear and saying, tell him about the best part, the smell. But I didn't want to make you jealous. I didn't want you to know about the smells. There's one restaurant we went into years ago, I don't anymore, but when you walk in the door, they would say, free smells. Well, I wish I could bottle this smell up and send it to you. Right, babe?
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, I think this is almost, it looks like as long as I keep stirring and cooking, it's going to keep getting thicker. We're going to have a lot of gravy. I think I'm going to add some pepper because I like my gravy spicy. And you have to add some salt. Now this isn't coming out as milky as you would expect milk gravy to come out because the chicken got really, really brown. But this is going to taste like milk gravy, whether it looks like it or not. And I'm going to get a taste here real quick. And see how it tastes. Whoop. Oh my goodness. That is some gravy. Okay. I think I used a little bit too much vinegar, apple cider vinegar. I didn't need quite that much. So if you saw how much I poured in there, when you make yours, back off. Okay. I'm just going to let that sit. That's about, I'm going to let it sit like that for a minute. I'm going to go get a bowl to put it in. Alright, here we go. One more taste test, just to make sure it's done. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is so good. Look at that. Fix yourself some. Now if I was tomorrow when I have this, I'm going to have it with mashed potatoes. I can heat this gravy up. And I'm going to have it with mashed potatoes. I can't hold that. I don't want even a spoonful of this to get away. And what I'll do with this gravy is I'll have to reheat it with some water or maybe some more milk. I think I'd use more milk. I'll reheat that with some milk and make some mashed potatoes. And Lou and I will each have one of these pieces of chicken. And I know it looks a little bit done on one side, but this side looks better, doesn't it? Oh, look at that. So we'll have a piece of chicken apiece, gravy, mashed potatoes, and a salad or some kind of vegetable to go with it. So there you have it, folks. That's how you make chicken and gravy. watch my other film about how I prepared the chicken. I'll put a link in the bottom. I love you. Eat healthy. Be the bride. Shalom.